Hello my friends and welcome. I've been so looking forward to doing this video for literally months. I'll be trying and testing almost a full face of the 2024 Who What Wear 100 Beauty Award-winning makeup products to see if they actually can be classified as award winners for our mature skin. In case you're not familiar with Who What Wear, it's an international fashion company headquartered in Los Angeles, and it's known for its digital fashion publication, whowhatwear.com. In 2019, Who What Wear launched their own beauty vertical, and just this last May announced their first ever beauty awards. Over the past year, they reviewed and tested thousands of products and created a so-called shortlist of 800 potential winners. From there, they put their 20 in-house testers to work. Price point and brand reputation were ignored to avoid bias, and products that they didn't immediately love were disqualified. Testers assigned each product 2 separate ratings, one for efficacy and one for overall likability, where packaging, design, scent, etc. could come into play. Then, once they landed on the top 100 winners, they asked some of the best beauty experts in the industry, including dermatologists, facialists, a cosmetic chemist, and the best hair, makeup, and nail artists in the business to weigh in on their favorites, providing helpful insight into ingredients, formulas, and an overall it factor. Then they unveiled their list of 100 winners, and I'm excited to share with you today the makeup winners. In case this is the first time you've stopped by this channel, welcome. My name is Elise, and I'm a professional makeup artist who loves all things beauty, especially all things beauty that help those of us with mature skin look like our beautiful, confident best. This is a place where those of us over 50 can feel visible, celebrated, and supported. So if this sounds like a place that would be a great fit for you, please subscribe before you leave today. We'd love to have you be part of this family. And a very warm welcome back to those of you who are already part of this family. Thank you. Now on to trying out beauty award-winning makeup to see if these products are also award winners for mature skin. But first, in full transparency, I have to let you know that I have a very personal interest in these awards since our youngest daughter is the beauty director at Who What Wear. In fact, I know firsthand what a daunting project this was to launch their first ever beauty awards since my daughter was spearheading the project. Just imagine, if you will, what this whole process entailed. It included creating categories and guidelines, getting the word out to hundreds of potential applicants in 6 different categories of beauty products, going over every submission, contacting and securing top-notch judges in a variety of beauty categories, asking them to write up their reasons for their top product choices, notifying the winners, and then coordinating the work with all the company's various internal departments, from marketing to graphic design to social media, in order to make it all come together. It makes me exhausted just talking about it. But I'm proud to say that although it was touch and go at times, my daughter did survive the process, and I'm so very proud of what she created. So as you can imagine, my personal investment in this awards process made me even more excited to find out the winners. So without further ado, let's get on with the makeup winners. There were also awards in the skincare, hair care, fragrance, nails, and tools categories, but today we're just focusing on makeup. But be sure to check out Who What Wear's website, which I've linked in the description box below, to find out award winners in the other categories. I've gone ahead and done my skincare and also my eye makeup, and I'll share the award winners with you in the eye makeup category first, but I won't be applying any of the products because they either weren't products that I have or were able to use due to the sensitivity of my eyes. The winner for eyebrows was a KS & Company micro feathering pen. Some of the reasons cited were that it creates ultra thin strokes that look like real hair, and it also has brow boosting ingredients like biotin, red algae, and red clover extracts. There were 2 categories for mascara: Best Volumizing Mascara and Best Lengthening Mascara. The winner for Best Volumizing Mascara was YSL Beauty's Lash Clash Extreme Volume Mascara. The judges felt that it provided unmatched curl, volume, and lift, didn't smudge, flake, or smear all day, and the extra pigmented formula provided intense color payoff. The winner for Best Lengthening Mascara was the brand Bake Off's Tarantulash. Reasons cited for the win were that it made lashes look twice their normal length, it didn't smudge, flake, or smear, and the brush is big and curvy and has different size bristles, so it's possible to get the perfect amount of product with each swipe. The eyeliner winner was from the luxury brand Valentino. It was their twin liner gel and liquid eyeliner. The judges appreciated having liquid liner on one end and a retractable gel liner on the other end. The liquid liner tip is extra fine, which provided great precision, and there's no color fade or product migration during the day. And as for eyeshadow, the winner was makeup artist Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette. I don't have this palette, but it certainly looks intriguing. And in addition to being an eyeshadow palette, it can also be used for brows, lips, and cheeks, since it has both powder and cream shadows. The larger shadow is a cream to powder formula which hydrates and balances oil production. This palette contains a beautiful range of really flattering neutral shades, and the formulas are very long-lasting. Danessa Myricks has also come out with a similar palette called Blooming Romance with a color theme of berries and mauves. Now, although I think these palettes are wonderfully innovative, frankly, I feel rather neutraled out, and berries and mauve tones aren't my favorites, so I'm most likely not going to be purchasing either of these palettes. My vote would have been for Natasha Denona's Retro Glam palette. And as you might have noticed, I'm wearing that eyeshadow today. But if any of you do have either of these Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palettes, I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on it. The award-winning product for face primer was Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip Primer. This was described as a holy grail product that creates a super smooth base for makeup, which ensures that it applies effortlessly. And it also keeps makeup looking fresh all day. Now, I don't have this product, but if any of you have tried it, please let me know your thoughts. My personal choice is a moisturizing primer since my skin is so dry. I use makeup artist Eve Pearl's Priming Moisturizer treatment. Now we can get to some winners that I do have in my makeup collection. The foundation winner was not a huge surprise since it's become an absolute cult classic. I would have been surprised, frankly, if this foundation hadn't won. It's Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk Foundation. This foundation was described as having a lightweight texture that looks and feels like a second skin and requires no touch-ups. And the finish is an ideal balance between matte and glowy. Well, this is a stunning foundation, which is wonderful for mature skin. I wear the shade 4.75. Let's go ahead and apply it. I always like to shake liquid foundations, and I just like to dab it on the areas where I need the most coverage first. And I really should always put my hair back when I apply a foundation. I may need to go with another drop or two of this, but let's just see how this works first. I like to press it in to get the most coverage where I need the most coverage. And you know, I always forget to do this. It's always a good idea to put on your eyebrow makeup after foundation, because then you can really get it right up to where the eyebrows start, but somehow I always forget to do that. And now I'm going to do just a little blending. And as you can see, this does look extremely skin-like, and that's one of the reasons people love it so much. Now, frankly, I like a little bit more glow to my foundation, so I would usually mix this with any glowy product. I especially love Say Beauty's Glow Gel. And this is such a good shade match for me too, which is always helpful. And by the way, I should mention that for my nose, which is always shiny and which has pore issues, I like to put on Benefit's Porefessional Hydrating Primer just to my nose area and where I have issues with pores around here. I always put that on first, and then I put an eye primer on my nose because frankly, my nose gets extremely shiny, and I find eye primer works best to keep the shine away. Fortunately, Giorgio Armani makes a mini version of these foundations, so that's what I have, and I frankly save it for very special occasions because it is pretty pricey. Under eye corrector wasn't a category, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is a really creamy product which could be blended in with a brush or a sponge, but I always like to use the warmth of my fingers to really get it to meld into the skin. It's also a good idea to use your fingers to apply cream eye primer as well, because the fingers once again do wonders of getting it to really melt into the skin. The award-winning concealer happens to be one of my two favorites, which is great for mature skin. It's the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and I totally agree with the reasons the judges gave for choosing this product. They said it's buildable, medium coverage that makes the skin look super healthy and radiant, and it also melts and blends effortlessly into the skin without creasing or caking. This is so, so true. And by the way, my other favorite concealer is Natasha Denona's High Glam Concealer. I also love the doe foot applicator on this. It's very flexible and thin, and I think that's important too. And once again, I'm just going to press it in with my fingers. And I like to carry it down a little bit just to brighten up the area under the eyes as well. And it's just wonderfully creamy. Love this product. Also love the Kosas foundation, one of my favorites. I'm going to go in and touch on those age spots as well, which seems to take longer every year, amazingly enough. And this I like to just pat in so I get the most coverage out of it. I think you can see how well that's covering. I also like to get a little bit around those vertical lines around my mouth. All right, concealer done, except I do want to just set it with a little bit of powder. For bronzer, the winner was the Nudestix Nudies Matte Cream Bronzer. It has a cream bronzer on one end and a blending brush on the other end, and it can be used on the face, eyes, or lips. And it blends and layers very well. I'm going to apply the award-winning contour from Westman Atelier, which is their cream contour in the shade Biscuit. And I have the mini version because this is a pretty pricey product. It is indeed an ultra creamy formula, which the judges mentioned, and it does layer easily over other products. And it has a very natural looking contour, so if that's important to you, I think this is really a good choice. But even though it is described as cool tones, I think there are other comparable contours that are more cool toned than this one and that are less expensive, such as Rare Beauty's Good Energy Contour, which is the same price, but you do get 0.25 ounces compared to the 0.09 ounces in the mini Westman Atelier product that I have, which also costs $26. Makeup Revolution's Creamy Bronzer, which is 0.24 ounces, costs $8 and is also a great choice. So with any bronzer stick, I like to put some on the back of my hand or my palm and then swirl the brush in it so I get a lighter application. And here's the color of this particular contour. Quite honestly, I think it is a little bit warm, which is why I prefer some of the other cooler tone contours. But it definitely blends in very easily and has a really nice natural look. In fact, this is one where you could probably get away with putting it directly on your face, but I am always hesitant to do that because there is always a chance that there's just too much product and it will be difficult to blend. And I prefer to build up in light layers. As you can see, it's not showing up really well on me, which is a good thing. You don't want contour to be that obvious, but if you like a little bit stronger contouring look, you probably are better off with a deeper color. All right, just for the fun of it, I'm going to apply this directly on my face and we'll see how it blends in that way. Yeah, actually, I think you can get away with doing it with this particular contour. And I'm going to go around the edges with my foundation brush. You could most likely guess the award winner in the blush category. It's gotten so much hype for so many years and really was a groundbreaking liquid blush launch. It's Rare Beauty's Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. It's long-lasting and highly pigmented, and it really deserves this award. But because it is so highly pigmented, it is important to apply just a very small amount, and I would never recommend applying this product directly onto the cheek from the doe foot applicator because it's way too easy to create way too much blush. Well, it now comes in 13 shades, and it is a good bargain really at $23 since you only need a tiny amount and you get 0.25 ounces. I have 6 different shades which I'll swatch for you. All of them are the dewy formula except for one called Grace, which is matte. Grace is a bright rose mauve, and you can certainly see how bright and pigmented that color is. Hope is a nude mauve color, and this is the color Hope. Encourage is next, and it's a soft neutral pink. And this almost has a brownish pink undertone, and I think I remember seeing that this may be the best-selling shade. Happy is a cool pink. Well, unfortunately, my camera cut out while I was filming the segment on blush and the beginning of the next segment, and of course I didn't discover it until I had taken off all of my makeup and was editing. So as you can see, I'm back looking a little bit different, but let me share with you the blushes that were the award winners for the Who What Wear 2024 Beauty Awards. Lucky is a hot pink, and this shade is by far the brightest. Happy underneath it is a cool pink, and then finally Truth was a limited edition berry color. Let me show you that one. And Truth is by far the deepest shade. Well, this is a lipstick I'm going to be talking about just a little bit later, and I don't know if any of these blush colors really work with it that well, so I'm going to go with more of a soft neutral pink color. I'll be using this shade called Encourage. And because these are so pigmented, I'm just going to put on one dot, and normally I would actually not even put it directly on my cheek, but I left my brushes upstairs, so I'm going to do it this way. And look how much blush I got just from that one tiny little drop. Well, the iconic London Illuminator won the award for Best Highlighter. It does look gorgeous, but I have to make a substitution since I don't have this particular product. The 2 closest highlighters I have to this award winner are my Wet n Wild Liquid Make a Glow Highlighter and my Color Drop Liquid Light Glow Drops. Let me go ahead and swatch these 2 for you. Here's the Wet n Wild product and the ColourPop product. The Wet n Wild product is on top and the ColourPop underneath it, and as you can see, there's a big difference in color. The Wet n Wild product is more of a champagne color, and the ColourPop is more of a pink tone, although it does come in a couple of other shades. I'm going to put the Wet n Wild highlighter on one cheek and the ColourPop Liquid Light Glow Drops on the other cheek so we can see the difference. This is the ColourPop. Wow, this is really metallic, but really pretty. And this is the Wet n Wild shade. So this is the ColourPop side, and this is the Wet n Wild side. If you want to apply highlighter to one specific area, the Wet n Wild highlighter is a little bit easier to use because of the doe foot applicator. The ColourPop applicator is a dropper. The award for Best Lipstick went to the Clean Beauty brand Merit. This lipstick line has 9 satin shades and 8 matte shades. The judges actually spotlighted the matte shades, which were described as light and comfortable on the lips, long-lasting without feathering, and a velvety hydrating formula that made the lips look plumper and softer. I only have 2 satin shades. One is called Fashion, which is a berry shade, and the other was a special edition shade that's no longer available called Aperitif, which is a warm red. I'll swatch these 2 for you. And by the way, if you love beautiful packaging, the Merit lipsticks do look gorgeous. Aperitif is the first shade, which would be gorgeous for those of you with a warm skin undertone or a neutral undertone, and Fashion is the berry color underneath. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner in Perfect Burgundy rather than the award-winning Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil, and then I'll apply the Merit shade Fashion. This is a gorgeous, soft, really comfortable formula. There was no lip gloss category, so I'm going with my all-time favorite Lawless lip gloss in the shade Presh to lighten and brighten this berry shade. The Best Setting Spray Award winner is another product that wasn't a surprise. It's the All Nighter Setting Spray from Urban Decay. Now, I'm not going to apply it because I am doing another video afterwards and I have to remove this makeup, but if I were to apply it, I would first take a dampened makeup sponge, spray the setting spray on the sponge, and then press it into my face. I think that's much easier to control the setting spray that way, and I think it works better to really press it onto the skin. And the best tool winner was the Beauty Blender Sponge. And I should also mention the winners in 5 other makeup categories which I don't use. The best lip plumping product was Dr. Lara Devgan's Platinum Lip Plump. The best glitter, because of super minimal fallout, was the shade Glitterpuck from the brand Half Magic. Now this next one, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce the name of the brand correctly, but the best face tint was Ciele's Tint and Protect SPF 50 Tinted Serum Foundation. The best setting powder was SheGlam's Insta-Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder Duo, which has both a pressed powder on top and a loose powder on the bottom. And the best lip oil was the honey-infused lip oil from the brand Guissot, another one which I may have mispronounced. I hope you'll let me know your thoughts on these award winners, and I look forward to being with you again next week and wish you a week filled with good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.